Alright, Relic here. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick prediction for WWE WrestleMania 30. I'm going to go ahead and state each one of the matches and let everybody know what my predictions are. Right now it's April 4th. So WrestleMania is this weekend. Just watched SmackDown, so a pretty good idea what I think is going to happen. So there's a couple of them that I think is going to be a little bit tougher to predict, especially the Royal Rumble. That's probably going to be the hardest one to predict, actually. But I'll go ahead and start. We'll start from hardest to easiest, since that's kind of the way that we make a tally. And we're going to go ahead and actually compare with my son, Super Chad, and see how he actually did compared to me. I think I'll beat him. So as far as the number of matches and stuff that I go ahead and get right compared to what he gets right. So let's go ahead and do this. Starting off, we're going to go ahead and start off with the females, which is the Divas Championship Invitational. Who is going to win this one? You know what? I don't give a shit. I don't like watching the Divas very much at all. On the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. This one's tough. This one's really tough to go ahead and pick because, I mean, it's 30 wrestlers. I think the Big Show is going to do it. Personally, I like to go ahead and see Dolph Ziggler start off at number 1. He kind of reminds me a lot of Shawn Michaels. So I like to see him start off at number 1 and go through all of them. I like to see the Big Show actually come in at number 30 finally. Because in all the Royal Rumbles that guy's ever in, he always comes in either middle or towards the beginning, and then everybody gangs up on him and tosses him over the ropes. I really would like to actually see him come in at like number 30 and just tear people up and actually win this thing. I mean, it is Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, so I'd like to see the Big Show actually be the first person to actually win that. He's long overdue, and it would be really nice to actually see. So, crossing my fingers, hoping that the Big Show will win that one. Like I said, that one's tough to predict. The next one is The Shield versus Kane and the New Age Outlaws. That one's pretty easy, I think. I think The Shield has this hands down. I mean, they've been on a tear. This is kind of they've turned into kind of like the good guys and stuff. So I think that one's a kind of pretty easy and safe bet that The Shield is going to go ahead and win that one. So we'll see. There is some little things that could end up happening in there. You know, there has been some breaks in the Shield and stuff, and I know Roman Reigns would be is an upcoming superstar that might go ahead and start to do an individual thing. So something could end up happening as far as that goes, but I'm gonna go ahead and put my bet on the Shield. All right. The next one is the WWE Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way matchup. That one, I think the Usos definitely is going to win that one. I mean, Cesaro has been an upcoming guy, big time. I absolutely love him. He's amazing, amazing wrestler. From the second he actually came into the WWE, I was like, holy crap, that guy's amazing. So I think something's going to end up happening that is going to break him and oh God, what's his name? I'm looking at him right now. Crap, actually break up, and I think this year is going to be the year of Cesaro. I think they're going to start pushing him big time, I think. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think the Usos definitely have this hands down. So that one's a pretty easy one to pick. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. This one is pretty interesting. I think Bray Wyatt is going to win this one. I think he is hands down probably the most impressive wrestler out of all the newcomers that are coming up. His promos on the mic are just hands down. I mean, I haven't seen promos like him since Mick Foley, Undertaker. I mean, he's up there with those wrestlers as far as the amazing promos this guy does. Not to mention he's incredibly good in the ring. I mean, I think Bray Wyatt is definitely a big looker to go ahead and see what ends up happening, and I think he's going to go ahead and beat this one. So I think he's going to beat John Cena. I think it's going to be an amazing match. I think it's going to be a brutal match. That's what I'm hoping for. I think it'll be one of those matches that could be a standout on the card. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping. So we'll see how that one goes. But I think Bray Wyatt will go ahead and beat John Cena. So next one is Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. This one, another incredibly good match. I think this might actually be the standout match on the card. I think it'll be absolutely amazing, hands down. We'll see how it goes, if Undertaker can still put on the performance that he's been putting on each WrestleMania, each year, but I think he will. I don't think it's time for... I'm in the camp where I don't want to see the streak end. I'm hoping that Undertaker will go ahead and either retire with the streak, or if he's going to go ahead and end up losing the streak, he's going to pass it on. It's going to be his final match, and he's going to pass it on. And he's not going to pass it on to a Brock Lesnar. He's just, I mean, that's silly to go ahead and, I mean, I would be so pissed if he lost the streak to Brock Lesnar and passed that torch on to a guy who only wrestles once a year also. He needs, if Undertaker is going to go ahead and pass it on, I would actually like to go ahead and see, maybe in a couple years or something like that, in a year or two, have him pass it on to Bray Wyatt. Have Bray Wyatt win the next, win this WrestleMania, have him win the next WrestleMania, and then the next WrestleMania, and then have him go up against Undertaker for the title, and actually, and that would be something that I could actually go ahead and sit there and see Undertaker losing the streak to like someone like Bray Wyatt, to go ahead and kind of pass that torch and start the streak going again. That would be my personal call. But you can't go ahead and start and try and pass a torch onto a friggin' old wrestler like Brock Lesnar, who's already been around the block multiple times, lost WrestleManias and stuff before. I would be so pissed if Brock Lesnar goes ahead and beats Undertaker, but I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. I think the Undertaker is going to go ahead and beat him. It's going to keep the streak going. Hopefully, maybe go ahead and keep it going for the next couple years, and then, like I said, maybe Bray Wyatt could be the person to go ahead and actually get that torch. We'll see what happens. He may never get the torch. I mean, Undertaker may go ahead and just actually retire with that. So, which would be cool. Also, I'd like to see that, because it's an amazing. It's almost the best. Actually, I think it's probably the best part of WrestleMania. So, I don't want to see it go unless it gets passed to someone else. So, and the question is can WWE go ahead and lock someone down like a Bray Wyatt, make sure he doesn't go on to any other companies like TNA or anything like that to make it happen, because that's the thing is Undertaker, he's been with WWE from the beginning of his career. So, well, at least the beginning that I started watching him. So, yeah, hopefully, yeah, Undertaker has this one. I think he'll beat Brock Lesnar, hands down. So it'll be a really good match. I think it'll be a brutal match. I think it'll be something for the ages. So can't wait to watch that one. Undertaker will beat Brock Lesnar. All right, then we got Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. Again, I think this will be an amazing match. This is going to be interesting because Triple H has a bar that's been set, you know. So of course, my phone's beeping now. Great. Anyways, Triple H has a bar to set, you know. That's been set at WrestleMania, so which has been extremely brutal, extremely physical matches. And Daniel Bryan's been one who's been getting put through those and stuff too. I mean, he's been dealing with matches, you know, hands down. I mean, he's had matches for 30, 45 minutes and stuff. He's had multiple matches in one night, so this should be really interesting. I think it's probably the easiest though for me to go ahead and actually pick on who's going to go ahead and win, because it's painfully obvious. The WWE loves a Cinderella story, and this is a Cinderella story if there ever was one. So I think Daniel Bryan will beat Triple H and then go on to the Randy Orton versus Batista versus Daniel Bryan. So, and I think Daniel Bryan will win this again. Again, this is a really easy one to go ahead and actually pick for me. Again, it's the Cinderella story. Batista's a friggin' joke. I can't believe WWE even sat there and threw money at this guy. So, Randy Orton's amazing wrestler, but yeah, hands down, Daniel Bryan will end up winning the championship and completing the Cinderella story. So that is my picks for WWE WrestleMania 30. I think it'll be a good one. I can't wait to go ahead and watch it. I know some of those matches and stuff will be hands down amazing. Especially, I think the Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar is, I think, going to be the match of the night. So those are my picks. I'm curious on how it's going to go ahead and pan out. If I end up, how many of those I actually get right. The only one I don't really give a shit is the girl wrestling and stuff, because WWE's turned female wrestling into a joke, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. So anyways, thumbs up if you friggin' don't like what I have to say about the women, then thumbs me down. That'd be cool. So I don't care. Anyways, Relic is out. Oh, I almost forgot. Actually, after this, I'm gonna go ahead and do a post and see how actually I did on this, because I am curious on how many of them I get right, how many of them I get wrong. So, anyways, that is it. Relic is out.